Hello, my loves. I am back. I know I have been gone for a couple days. Oh my gosh, it feels like probably a week. But when God tells you to rest, and especially if there's like a lot of chaos that's like going on and things need to possibly be exposed, sometimes, rest for self and silence for self is good. So I was actually gone for like a couple days, and then I rested, and then I played with my friends for, went to the Concord like little concert thing that they have down in Todos Santos. So I am back and I love you guys, and I'm sorry I was gone. I missed out. You guys were like, what the hell? Or you were like, whatever. Just kidding. Okay, but let's jump right in. So I wrote this and I titled this Authenticity, Grace, and Truth. And then we have God's Word at the very end, of course. So, family, I want to start today by speaking on truth, authenticity, and the courage it takes to live honestly with ourselves and others. See, life is always going to present us with lies, deceit, and flawed behaviors pretending to be love, pretending to be truth. But when we've gone through those things, when we've recognized them, learned from them, healed them, and grown through them, then we can no longer be fooled. We become students who rise into teachers. We don't teach with just our words. We teach by how we live, by honesty, by vigilance, by confidence, by standing in love, light, and truth, even when the truth is hard to face. I would rather be honest with myself, even if it hurts, than fake myself and be faked out by others. And yes, I've had to learn that lesson over and over, like we all have, I'm sure. And maybe you have too. But here's the thing. Each of us carries our own truth, our own perceptions, our own way of moving through life. And no one else is meant to live your life for you. You can only live your life through its ups and downs, just like I can only live mine. That's why at the beginning and end of every day, it comes back to this. Are you listening to your own intuition? Because if you are always following others, you are denying yourself. You are denying your own inner compass, your self-knowing, your God-given truth. Authenticity means staying true to yourself and to others with grace, not out of pride, not out of harm, but out of love. We are not here to dismiss or harm one another. Everyone deserves to be heard. Yes, you can be nice, but above being nice, choose to be good. Choose to be honest with yourself first, and then carry that same honesty into your dealings with others. Never fail yourself in order to please somebody else. You don't need to agree with everything, and you don't need to silence your voice to be accepted. We are all navigating life at different levels of understanding, healing, and growth. Sometimes we agree and sometimes we don't. But respect can always be the meeting ground, and it always should be. So remember, life isn't always pleasant. Truth isn't always easy or fair. Sometimes it feels like, right? Sometimes it's hard to hear, feel, or see. But we don't have to be pinned down by hard truths. We move through them. We let them teach us, and then we become the teacher for not only if we reach, obviously we reach that for ourselves, we can then showcase that and obviously live in that and become that teacher for someone else. Just like the fact that you guys sit here and watch me and like thank me, like that's so amazing that I can even help anyone out here, and that is what I'm trying to do. Even if I can just help one of you guys, that matters. And you guys have shown me that, like I have, and I really respect your support, like truly. So, and we're all here co-creating and living our truth and just trying to move the energy around, in a positive light. So I'm glad I can do that for somebody, for my people out there. And I thank you. So there is a big difference between being nice and being good. Being nice can mean pleasing others. Being good means choosing authenticity, choosing love, choosing truth. It begins with how we treat ourselves, because we cannot treat others any better than how we treat ourselves. If we show love to self, that is what we exude out, right? And if we are harmful to self, that's when we're building those blocks. We're building that resentment. We're angry. Like, you can see it on people's faces, and it will explode. It explodes out. It's an energy. You feel it's your aura. It's what, and I'm not saying we can always be, sorry, it's the people over there. I can't say that we're always going to be in those great moods, and that's okay. But we also know when to process and sit with self and take that time to rest, and then we're get back out there in the world and be that light again. And honestly, it should always be the light for you. Like, you don't have to explain what you're going through, and you don't always have to put on that happy face to, make others happy, and you're falsifying what you're truly feeling. And like I said, you don't always have to talk about everything. And if you feel the need, then you speak that out to the people that you trust, So, or just be at home speaking that out to God. That's literally me. So, because we all do have to get that out, right? It's really important. We don't want to harness those hurts, but that is recognizing them and taking the time to heal them, to understand them, and let them resonate. Let them resonate. And I know I've said this before, so it's just healthier for self, because we are within our bodies every day having to deal with all those things, And let's be real, you guys, not everyone's going to like us. Not everyone's going to like us, and that's okay. Do we want everyone to like us? You know how many people you'd have to respond to? It's a lot. It's a lot of energy, right? So not everyone is going to agree with you either. And that is okay too. It's just, that is how the world works. That's how we either grow from people and, we can understand other people's, what their dynamic or what their perception is, but we don't have to agree, and that's okay. And that's where you give grace to others. And that's where respect lies, right? It's like bygones be bygones be bygones, So, and that's okay. So that's not the point though. So what matters is this. Are you willing to take accountability for how you love yourself and how you extend that love outward through your actions towards others? We are not here to please. Remember this, right? We are here to stand in that truth, to offer kindness, to extend that grace without silencing our voice, without silencing what we feel, without silencing our side of the story or, the truth within. We're not going to silence ourselves if someone else is stepping on us or trying to put our name in their mouth and speak ignorance practically by lying or deceiving or just, because they're hurt or something. No, we're also absolutely not. Stand up. That's why I even have this platform. I had to stand up for myself. So we have to pick also our battles, right? So we're not going to silence our voice or our thoughts or our actions, right? Because we are owed that truth to ourselves. Absolutely. Okay, so let me declare this over my own life and yours. I am not overlooked, so we are not overlooked. I am recognized. We are recognized. And we are okay. Sassy. She just made the weirdest noise. And we are whole within ourselves each and every day, even when we feel at our lowest, even when we feel at our highest. We are always in the right place at the right time in our journey, on our healing journey, in our tower moments, in all places, okay? So don't feel like you're ever counted out or any of that. You're right where you need to be when you need to be it. And when you walk in your healed self, you carry peace. And yes, that peace may unsettle people. When people don't understand your healing, they may assume, they may gossip, they may project, right? Because they can feel your aura. Like, and when people are not choosing to heal themselves or like their broken places, which we all have, it's an uncomfortable feeling. It's almost like your light's too bright. And you can easily say, my light is bright because I chose to take the time to recognize my broken places that we all have. We all have them in different areas, but we have to journey through them. So you acknowledge that and be like, I do have a light, and you can sit with me and we can have a good conversation. How, like what's going on in your life, and if they don't like it, then that's okay. And you release them at that point in time, because sometimes people just choose to not understand you because it might be too hard. It might be too hard because when people have to choose to understand you, it then takes a moment for them to have to choose to understand themselves. And it sounds simple, right? But we've all been broken. We've all, and like, through even our being raised in our families that we did not choose to be born into at times, and some people had really hard upbringings. But when we recognize and say, I'm not going to be like this or that from what I was raised around. I want to choose to be different. I want to choose to understand myself enough to conquer the damaging things that were put on me. So it's a choice. It's all a choice, you guys. And it fits right back into what I was about to say, but that's a choice they make, right? So if they don't choose to understand you or to choose some healing needs to go on in their life, then that's the choice that they make. And you can step away from that, So, and you get to choose too. So you get to choose too with what you do with that, with how people react to you, how they want to try and treat you. And if they're not treating you fairly and with respect, you're walking away from that shit. You're creating a boundary, a strong boundary. And I don't care if it's your family members, coworkers, friends that you think are your greatest friends. No, because you're rising every single day. Even when you're in your lowest, you understand that low moment and you're going to move through it because you're going to rise again. And that is how we conquer life. We conquer this game of life, rising. And I think we're all coming to find out that we want to choose to raise the vibration within self. And when we do that, we energetically raise it for the people that get to be around us. And remember that we can even choose for who we want to be around us. Okay. If we don't want to be around low vibrational people, places, things, substances, relationships, all the above, that is that free will. And we say, I'm okay. And there could be respect from others for that or not, but you're still moving away from it. Okay. So choose to raise the vibration, choose to embody peace. And peace can be very silent sometimes. Peace can feel lonely at times, but you're never really alone. When you're choosing that peace, you're choosing that healing. You're with God. You're being protected. You are seen. And you are on the right path and only moving forward from that point on, always. So even silence, when you are not ready to speak, can be powerful. It really can. It's better to be silent in wisdom than to voice confusion from an unhealed place. If you need help, find someone you trust, someone who can hold space for you. But keep your ear tuned to the blueprint of your life. Follow the Spirit's guidance moment by moment. That is where strength and peace are found and will always be found. That's listening to that intuition, knowing how to maneuver around things so you can stay unbothered, to a lot of things that simply can be corruption, distraction, that are almost like spirits trying to move in your way to disrupt you. And you're choosing to be unbothered by it because you know how to move. And finally, you guys, I want to remind you what God has pressed on my heart. True courage comes when you stand up, even when no one else does. To walk with God, to embody that quiet confidence, to protect your energy as you heal. Very, very important to protect your energy as you heal, because you will be a target. It's way bigger in the whole spiritual aspect of it. Spirits can like sense, like when you're rising, oh, you'll feel like that gang stalking. You'll feel like you're being attacked by all angles. But that's why you choose peace. That's why God will hermit you a lot of times, because you are in a healing state and he wants you to be quieted. He needs to speak through you. Okay. Like I'm even doing here right now with you. And when you protect that energy, your healing energy, that is divine strength. Okay. It is not selfish. It is not toxic. It is holy. It is self-care. It is accountability to the soul that God gave you. If I work from my shadow, I will reap shadow. If I work from love, I will reap love. If I give good, I can expect good to return, because God is faithful to multiply what is sown, right? We reap what we sow. We put out good, good will come back. And sometimes not immediately, right? Maybe not exactly from that source, but it will come back always. So when we are throwing out projections of unhealed places, that's going to come back in an energetic way that we'll be surprised from. And you don't want that. So today, let us walk in courage, in authenticity, in grace, and in truth. Let us not curse ourselves with negative self-talk or with actions against others, but let us choose accountability, light, and love. And God's word for today, my children, hear me. You are not called to fit the mold of others. You are called to fit the shape of the Spirit I placed inside of you. Do not be shaken when others misunderstand your peace. It is not their peace to carry. It is mine, given to you. Do not be afraid of their opinions, for their eyes do not see what I see. You are my creation, and my recognition is higher than man's approval. Walk in that recognition. Walk in that courage. And when you stumble, return quickly to me, for I will lift you again. Because he tells me, emphasize the difference between being liked and being respected. Big difference, you guys. Your audience may need this reminder. Respect is not built on agreement. It's built on authenticity, on truth within self. Remind them that boundaries are holy. Setting them is not rejection. It is protection. Today, I walk in my truth. I honor my intuition. So today, let's all choose love. We choose grace, and we choose to be good. Even if we are not always nice, because goodness is where God's light shines. Okay? I love you guys so much. I will put my offerings at the end of this message. But I love you guys so much. I'm so glad I'm back and rested. I feel like my voice is even calmer. It's been very healing. So everyone, make sure you get rest, eat, drink a lot of water, flush out anything that's, not feeling so good in yourself. Always water, water, water. And get out into the sunlight, okay? Mother Gaia is waiting for you guys to revive your body. All right, I love you guys. Have the best day, weekend. What are we in? Weekend? Have the best weekend. I love you guys.